So we are here today with these gorgeous ladies, and we've just shot a beautiful resort wear collection created by this gorgeous girl. It's the Resort 2024 collection, and as you can see, it's absolutely stunning. Now I'm going to grill these beautiful girls. We've done beautiful shots with them, and now I'm going to grill them on wellness. So this is Global Spa. It's being shot at the Silly, Delhi. Now I'm going to grill you girls. I'm going to start with you, Charu. Tell me, how do you balance pressure of maintaining yourself on social media? It's so important these days. So how do you manage that pressure?
I've just recently started to be more active on my social media for a change. And what I've seen over the years is that it is a lot of pressure and stress. But what I do the first thing in the morning is that I meditate. I do my chanting, then I do my prayers. And for 20 minutes, I shut everything out. I have a space in my designated space in my house where I sit. I leave everything behind, no tea, coffee, nothing. It's just me and the environment around. And I listen to sometimes I listen to a bhajan, sometimes I listen to some music that I love. And for 20 minutes, I just give that time to myself to kind of focus and start my day. Okay. And that has really changed my whole day.
That is amazing. That's great information for all of us, and I think we should all follow that. Yes. Now, obviously, social media comes with a lot of negatives like trolling, etc. So, Piyusha, how do you manage all these trolling? How do you handle that?
So, like everything else, social media also has various faces, and trolling, which is a negative face, is a very real part of it. I think it's something that we don't talk about much, but it's not avoided. And trolling, it comes in a lot of forms: negative comments, judgments, unsolicited advice. So, I feel really bad about it, but with time I've learned to kind of accept it. That's a part of the package. And I feel really sad because trolling is something, it's very easy to sit behind a blank screen without your face showing, without your real ID showing, nobody knows who you are, and pass comments on people without even knowing them, judging them before even having any kind of an idea about what they go through to be there, what they are. So I think it's something that very insecure people do, and all I do is send my heart to them. If somebody comes to me right in person and gives me a feedback, I'll be more than happy to accept it and kind of, make changes where it's required. But somebody singing the word of dark internet and passing comments, I think we just need to learn to ignore it. And yeah,
that's an important aspect, and I think that's very, very important for the younger girls who are actually, or the younger kids who are getting into social media. They need to be able to actually, withdraw and not get, influenced by all the trolling.
A lot of times I think we require a lot of validation, and that's the reason we pay attention to these things. But once we are secure in our own zones, I think these things stop affecting us. Yeah. And the more you start ignoring it, the less you kind of concentrate on it, you are in a safer zone.
So Kanis, coming to you, how do you manage, because people look at people like you and they have unrealistic expectations. So how do you think people should manage that?
So I think, yes, being on a public platform like Instagram, there are times that we show life which is larger than life, perfect every time. But I think given a point where I am today, I also try showing them bits and pieces of my real life, a very raw content wherein stories have given us that platform where things need not be aesthetically shown. Your real person as you are need to be shown. So I think social media has its own pros and cons, but also it has platform which gives you the freedom to be yourself. So I try my best to portray it in the form of stories and show them that this is not my life, what you see it on my feed. My story is the raw side of me, and it is up to you. You learn from it, you get inspired, or people are free to do whatever it is. But my larger intention is to inspire women who are, stay-at-home moms and who want to break through that and do something with their life. So my whole point is to show them the raw side of it and tell them this is also you can do without, leaving your kids behind and juggling between both of them. So I think stories is a platform that I chose on Instagram to show them my raw and the real side of daily life.
So Diksha, you're a mother of 2 kids.
Yes.
It must be very difficult managing the influencer role that you play and the mother's role that you play. How do you balance?
What an interesting question. Thank you, Parineeta, and thank you, Charu, for this lovely opportunity. So I believe, my whole page and the fact that I'm here is that balancing game. I wanted this platform primarily to show everybody you can have it all to an extent. You can be a mom, you can have a family, you can have a career, and you can truly balance it all. It's all about priorities. It's all about, how I want to start my day, what I'm going to prioritize every day in terms of my work, in terms of my kids. And I'm a very, very hands-on mother. Anybody who follows me knows that. I just finished a call at home where I'm telling them to go for their basketball class. So, and here I am shooting. So, the whole game is changing. Now it's all about actually achieving everything at its own right pace. I'm focused on my fitness, I'm focused on my family, I'm focused on my career. It's just a priority game. And you can have your social life too. Just make sure everything is given its due importance. And I guess each one of us, we're all doing the same. We're
just juggling everything.
I think the beauty is doing what is needed at that point. The moment you decide that focus, I don't think so. It's difficult.
Spoken like the true women of today. So, Asmita, have you ever experienced burnout as an influencer? Have you ever felt the need to just disconnect and let it all go?
I think every influencer or a model has this phase in their lives when they feel like, I just want to quit because I don't want people to constantly, judge us a certain way, or I don't want their opinions. I don't just need it and I want to shut. So this burnout is a phase which comes, maybe for some people it comes after a week of posting some content, and for some it's like after years of posting content, but they do have this particular phase. And I personally, I just had a pageant to complete, and during that time I had all the focus and all the pressure, and everybody was checking what am I doing, and I felt that pressure too much that after the pageant I was like, I'll take a 1-year break right now because I don't want to post any more things. But
did you?
No, I'm here. I'm sitting here. I'm sitting
not
here
even
right
a day.
Not even a day.
Not even a day.
I know you were at fittings. She came just next
with
day
a
at
jet
fittings.
lag. But I'm here today, and I think because I'm the reason why I'm here is because I enjoy what I do, and though we feel like we want to stop, but this gives us happiness and joy, and that is what pushes us to do what we do. And if we feel ourselves by doing what we do, then we should and we can. So that's why I'm here today, and I'm enjoying this interview a lot. I'm shooting with this lovely lady. So
I think just that passion to strive forward.
Yeah,
true.
To do better than what we did before.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think all of us are aiming for that, right?
Correct.
And that
100%.
pushes us more forward, Parineeta, I think. You too, yeah. You're a protagonist. I mean, she's a protagonist in the magazine world, and see from where to where you've reached. Your journey has been amazing, yeah.
Thank you. It's actually, I'll say it's all thanks to my team. Nobody can do anything without
Absolutely.
you're
I vouch
actually
for my
as
team
good
too.
as your team.
Absolutely.
100%.
Truly said.
So at GlobalSpa, we focus a lot on sustainability because that's the order of the day, and it's important. We all need to save the planet, and we need to do our little bit. So tell me, I have this question for all five of you. What do you do in your daily life to focus on sustainability? I'll start with you, Kanis.
So daily life, now using my platform as Instagram, I do a lot of styling. So I think I started off by building a capsule wardrobe.
Okay.
And very proudly I can say this season I did not buy anything.
Wow.
Yes,
that's
so,
amazing.
Yes,
I can't
did
say the same for myself. But that's amazing.
Yes, for me as a stylist, as an influencer who's seen out and about every day, for me that was a very big step. That at least I start these baby steps, maybe just a season I take a back seat and just look and be conscious of what I already have. And then when you put that conscious effort, you seriously know that you don't run behind these trends, the capsule wardrobe you have. All you have to do is up your styling game, and that is the bit that I did this year. Let's hope I continue to do it.
That's amazing.
And that's my, I think, little request to everybody that there are times when we get really intrigued by the trends, but just take a moment back and think, do you even need it? What brands are selling you? And
I don't think Charu likes that answer.
But you know what? I'll come in that and say that as a designer, of course, I want my clothes to sell all the time.
Right.
But then what I do tell my clients is that you don't need 10 outfits maybe from me. You can get 3 or 4
Yes.
and then restyle them.
Restyle.
You know, because
Restyle
as
them.
designers also we need to be very globally conscious. We need to be eco-friendly. We need to work towards sustainability, and that's the only way forward, Parineeta.
Correct.
So that's very important.
So Piyusha, what is your take on sustainability?
Okay, so sustainability, as we call the green fashion, the planet-friendly fashion, I'm so glad it's finding a lot of prominence in the fashion world now. Designers, consumers, everyone has become quite a lot aware about how it works. When it comes to my daily life, I try doing a lot of things in sustainability. First thing, I repeat my outfits a lot. If you go to my Instagram page, you know, I mix and match, obviously, and thankfully I'm fortunate enough to understand a little bit of styling, so I keep trying different looks in that, but I repeat my clothes on a very, very regular basis. I try a lot of times to stick to fabrics which are very recyclable, organic cottons and stuff like this, so that, you know, I don't have to kind of again and again get into plasticky stuff. Then I try buying a lot from the local artisans is what I really concentrate on. You know, we go to small cities like Lucknow, you know, you get the chicken curry, or you go to Hyderabad, you get their own thing. So I try buying a lot of local, and I try promoting them a lot. Like Banaras, I picked up a few things. So maybe not the saris, but you get them designed into your kind of outfits, but that's what I do a lot. And I upcycle obviously a lot. You go to thrift shops, you find the best of fashions there. So that's also I try doing. And you know, for a fashion enthusiast who's always looking forward to new looks and new styles, if you dive into the world of green fashion, it's very fulfilling from inside. You know, that guilt factor is not there, and you're giving a good legacy next to the generation.
Right.
So yeah, trying to work on it, and that's the message I want to give to everyone. You know, fashion is the way you feel about yourself. It's not about just buying new clothes. It's just about feeling fresh and new about how you style yourself every day. So that's what I try sticking to.
So Diksha, what do you do for sustainability?
Very good question again. Parineeta, honestly, you know, I feel though Kaneez and Piyusha have already answered, we're all trying to implement sustainability in our fashion sense and our daily buying habits. But also it's amazing how the younger generation is teaching us about sustainability. My 4-year-old and 6-year-old knows now about, you know, Green Planet, and they will come and tell me. Just yesterday I was told, Mama, don't use a lot of tissues. For tissues you have to cut trees, which is amazing. You know, these are such small instances, but I felt like I don't have to mommy them, they are telling me. So we are very conscious because we are setting an example. So on our daily activities, we try and keep a track of things where we can, you know, just make better utilization of every day. You know, we don't have to spend on a lot of electricity, go a little like without electricity. I mean, that's an Indian thing, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
But as much as you can, saving water, these are very, very small things, which I think it's very textbookish, but also very, very important. Yeah.
So Asmita, you have been Miss Tourism, right? So on the tourism factor, what do you think is important for sustainability?
I think certain things which could be important is that you travel to destinations which are like close to your place. You don't spend too much on your air tickets and stuff like that. You go
I
to
wish
a-
we could do that because the air tickets today are like,
But what
Wow.
I feel is that you can choose a destination which is pretty close to you. You always don't have to look fancy and travel abroad for a trip. There are many places in our country which are unexplored, and you could just, you know, maybe find out and do a bit research about where you can go, and you will find lovely spots around yourself. And while you go to a destination, you can maybe just, you know, take a bicycle or something and explore on your own instead of always going for like cars and things like
Right.
that. So these little habits will actually overall help in improving the climate and the overall condition of the sustainability, which we don't realize, but it does make a greater impact. So I think all these small things really do matter.
I'm
Great,
also
and-
aiming for my next car to be an EV. That is going to be the biggest step in sustainability.
well, all the
Yes.
cars these days have
Yes.
EV vehicles, and that's great.
One more thing, Parineeta, I would like to add is that as a designer, I create this collection on khadi every single season.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
you know, so that basically khadi is also woven 80% by women.
Yes.
So it's very important as individuals and as designers to work with weaves which are sustainable,
Right.
which are true to our country, and also work with our weavers and artisans. And that revival is also very important for Indian designers. And very few to work towards this, but for me it's very important, and I try and create commercial collections out of khadi, because that's how you can actually make khadi
Yes.
to sell actually,
Yeah.
because
True.
khadi is a very difficult fabric to sell.
Yeah.
So that's
Exactly.
another thing that I work extensively every year.
Because khadi, everybody has the impression it's that,
Stiff
the
and
chola,
it's- yes.
and everybody's wearing that chola. this
yeah,
thing,
yeah, and it's not glamorous.
It's not glamorous.
But
and-
actually, Charu Parashar label has made khadi very glamorous.
That's
for you.
fantastic. That's really great to
We'd
hear.
love to see that collection.
Yeah, next
So,
time.
Global Spa, as you all know, is about a wellness lifestyle. So, we have always positioned it as it's wellness does not mean that you have to abstain from things and not do things. We say anything that makes you feel good is wellness.
Wellness.
So, what, according to you, is wellness?
For me,
For us, wellness means everything. Even drinking a nice glass of wine with your partner is, for me, is wellness.
Yeah.
Buying a great watch and enjoying it and being happy about it is wellness. But for you, what is that one thing that you feel is which makes you feel really good and is your wellness go-to?
I think for me, wellness, honestly, if you ask me now that Parineeta said that, I've actually started thinking what it is. But I think being present in the moment, for me, that's the biggest wellness, which we as a generation, we all are struggling with it.
Right.
But if I have to put it in my daily routine, then every morning my workout, that 45 minutes for me, that's worship, that's wellness, that meditation, that's
Yes.
everything for me.
Okay.
Yeah, because when you don't feel like doing it every day, that I know that at least a season like this you want to push yourself, but certainly after doing it, the feeling that you get is I don't think so is matched to anything here during the day that I feel.
Yeah, it's just a matter of putting it into your lifestyle and making it a part and parcel of what you do
100%,
every day.
yes.
What about you, Piyusha?
Yeah, after you asked me, even I'm thinking, yeah, but Kani's covered most of
Chalo,
it. Yes.
at least Global Spa has made everybody start thinking.
Yeah, what exactly is wellness?
What exactly is wellness to you?
Yeah, because
So
as
well-
you rightly said,
Yeah.
for everybody definition is very
It's
different.
different. It's different.
Yeah.
So for
And
me,
it
I
doesn't
think-
necessarily have to be going for a massage
Massage.
or,
Oh, yeah,
or a
No,
class of
totally
Pilates
not.
or something.
Totally
It's
not.
about what makes you feel good.
anything which releases good hormones, I think I would consider
Exactly.
it wellness,
Yeah. Exactly.
But it has to be not only physical,
Exactly.
it also has to be a lot mental. I think that is
Yeah.
more important than being in a good shape. I of course advocate a lot of healthy lifestyle. But one thing about this, that when it comes to physical wellness, the benchmarks are different for different people. So now it's high time that we move ahead from the standard set figure.
True.
And it comes in different shapes, different sizes, and we are all okay with that. Till the time you feel self-love, you feel confident in
Yeah.
your body, you're physically okay, you're there. So that is very important for me, one thing. And mental wellness for me, what I do, I think I was just thinking about it, you're right. So every evening I go for a little walk, and it's a little strange, but I walk on ghazals and a lot of Urdu shairi. It's a little strange, but I do that.
That
Nice.
sounds strange.
But that is
Yeah,
one hour.
I walk on
It's a-
Bollywood music.
And a lot of times I don't even understand the words
Yeah.
from Urdu, then I Google it in between. I do that, but I'm right
Amazing.
there. But that is my phase. At that point in time, it doesn't bother me what is happening in the world. Kuch bhi ho jaye duniya mein, it doesn't bother me. My mind is just there. It's just so concentrated with blinders on, and that is my space. And I don't wish to share it with anyone. That's my own zone. So that is wellness for me, I think, because that mentally gives you peace. It's a form of meditation.
Right, absolutely.
So music, I think, it connects the soul, connects the heart. So I think music is wellness for me, I guess.
Fantastic. Charu.
So, Parineeta, for me, I think, like Piyusha just said, one thing is very important, which I tell all my women that I style and are my clients also, to be comfortable in your own skin. It's the most thing.
important.
Yes.
You do not need validation from no one.
Absolutely.
And personally, for me, wellness is being with my family together, maybe at a beach resort, disconnecting with all work, away from everything, no phone calls. Me just being with them is my wellness, So I'm a home girl, so
That's amazing, because
that's my thing, to be with my family, away from everyone.
And on a beach
Yes, that is the sea is my detox. Seriously, Parineeta.
with a glass of wine.
Maybe.
And the latest resort wear collection.
A glass of rosé.
Okay, we're being more specific now.
Yes.
Okay, lovely.
And in this collection, right?
Yes.
New
Of
resort
course,
wear.
in this collection.
Absolutely.
Obviously. Obviously.
All of us together.
Yes.
Oh,
that sounds
wow.
good.
That,
Too much
that
glamour on the
sounds
beach,
like,
huh?
that sounds like pure wellness.
Yes.
What about you?
My state of wellness has to be actually the opposite of what Charu just said.
Okay. I like these diverse views. I'm glad.
For me, wellness truly means more to do with everything with the mental aspect rather than physical. Like a lot of times people say, go for a massage. I'm like, a massage is not going to help me in any way or form until unless I am clear here.
Yeah.
So for me, wellness is all about your mental capacities, how you're feeling, your peace at heart, you're not troubled, you're having a balanced outlook towards life. So for me, wellness is actually having a beautiful day with my kids going to school, me working my ass off, me going to the gym, everything bits and pieces falling into place beautifully, then hubby coming back from work and then we having a cozy moment. I mean, I want all of it. I do not want to be on a holiday. I do not want to just switch off for an hour. I need the whole day to go like a clockwork.
In a rhythm, yeah.
In a rhythm, in my routine. And that to me is wellness.
Yeah, so exactly, you're epitomizing what we say. Wellness is a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
yes,
It has to be a lifestyle. Yeah. It's not something you can just, take off for an hour and suddenly say, wow, I'm feeling great. Not really. It doesn't work out for me. It has to be like a continuity.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Totally.
Even I agree with her actually.
I thought you were going to say something about travel.
No, for a change, I'm not saying something about travel, but I think as a person, I take a lot of stress about everything because I like things to be perfect and I'm very punctual about things. So I feel like sometimes I exhaust myself thinking about these things. So for me, I think at the end of the day, when I come back, I sit on my bed and I reflect upon myself and I talk to my mom probably about how things went. And that conversation is very important for me to feel good. Like no matter what happens, what all I do, I need a little bit of time with my family to just communicate, and maybe that's just the vibe which makes me feel good and comfortable about it. Yes.
Yeah.
So that for me is very important, to be well in a complete day.
That's
No
very
matter
sweet.
how
We all do with our
That's
husbands who are
fantastic.
barely ever listening. I doesn't listen to a word, but I have to blabber everything.
You have to let it out.
I have to let it out.
Just let it out.
See, so we've
I need
created
that
so
for
many
my
different forms of wellness.
Absolutely.
Everything in life is about wellness.
Yes.
So with that, I'm going to end because otherwise I'm sure we can go on for hours with this. So I think now what we need to do is to go and have some fun.
Yes,
And that's
yes.
part of our wellness.
But you
Yes.
can share your idea of wellness, Parineeta.
I told you, my idea of wellness is everything in life that makes me feel good. It could be just a cup of tea in the rain, it could be a travel
that
to
sounds
Greece, or it could be a travel to Bathinda, whatever makes me feel good.
Absolutely.
So for me, life is, well, that's it.
Wow, that's
A
amazing.
life lived well.
I like this.
Cheers,
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 cheers.
cheers to
Cheers,
that. Cheers to that. Cheers to that. Cheers to that.